I wish I had her life. I wish I had his car. I wish I had her home. Oh, I wish I had his wife. Hey, if you had it, it wouldn't be a blessing. It would be a burden because it wasn't meant for you. Hey, precious people, it's me, Precious Mandera. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're watching any of my videos, I'm just a mother, a wife, a woman on a mission to spread God's love in our homes, in relationship, in marriages between you and your spouse and your siblings and your parents and the family as a unit. Welcome to my channel. And today I'm talking about 3 things that can either strengthen or break a relationship. Because sometimes when a relationship is breaking up, it's not really, it's not so much as like cheating or somebody stepping out or abuse. No, sometimes it's the little things we do that kind of chips away at the relationship. And because the relationship is a unit, it's like a chain. Every little part of that chain is important. When one part stops working, like an engine, it starts breaking apart. And today, number 1 will be comparison. When we say comparison, it's like the first thing that comes to mind is comparing your life with somebody else's life. No, in this instance, comparison is comparing what you do to what your spouse does or what your partner does in a relationship, in a home, where you keep tabs. You say, I do more than you, and you don't do enough. Feel like you're doing too much, and you actually feel like you're doing too much. It's okay, when the house is, everything is piped down, you call your significant other, your partner. They can't read your mind. So, because that's one thing we say in relationship, you're supposed to know, you're meant to know. How can you not know? That is a huge misunderstanding that somebody else should know. Now, until when you realize that they don't really know. Some people know and act like they don't know, but most times they don't even know. So you have to ask them nicely. You say, thank you for being such a good provider, an awesome wife, an amazing husband, or thank you for taking the trash out, paying the bills and stuff. You magnify what they do first, tell them thank you, and then you go in and say, oh, but there's something I need help with. When I'm cooking, for example, I need to hold the kids. Or when I'm studying, I need the house to be quiet. You make your request rather than complain, and tell them what you need. And when you do things for them, you don't go hold it over their head and say, this is what you do. I don't do enough. You don't do enough. When you keep tabs, you're not like an opponent. You're supposed to be a team. When one person is failing, the other person picks the other person up. Like you balance each other. When one is lacking behind, you cover each other. They say love covers multitude of sin. You cover each other. There was this movie I watched where the woman was complaining so much that her husband didn't help, and he felt like he was doing so much because he was paying the bills and she was home all day. And he was like, what are you doing all day? You're home all day and I have to go out there and work. So they took her, they took the movie show, they took her out of the house and made him be the mom for the day. So he had to clothe the children, feed, cook, clean, vacuum, scrub, do everything. And by the time evening came and she came back home, he had passed out. He was like, honey, how do you do it? So he had a newfound level of respect. What am I trying to say? A relationship is like a chain. Everything is, intertwined. Everybody is important. So, but what happens when you talk to your partner about what they do and they don't want to change? What happens? That is the difficult one. But one thing I want you to know is, if it is who they are, there is almost little to nothing you can do about it. Which leads me to the second one. Let people be who God made them to be. Everybody is different. I learned the lesson with this in my home. My husband is a very quiet person. He's a man of few words. And when I gave birth to my second child, he is just like his dad. My first child is more like me. He's happy. He's bubbly. When he's home, everybody knows he's home. But my second child is more reserved. So when my first child would complain and say, Mommy, he's not playing with me like I want him to, I say, well, this is who he is. You cannot change him. This is who he is. Like, no, I don't want to play. I want to stay by myself. That is how human beings are, even in marriages, even in relationship, even with your siblings. You might have one sibling that is just on their own, and you think this sibling is forming too much, or this your friend is forming too much, forgetting that this is just who they are. And until we learn to respect who God made people to be, we keep being frustrated, trying to change people. As like, for example, when you're dating somebody and you're dating this lady, and she's a social butterfly, like some people say. She's at this occasion, this bridal shower, this party, this ashwebi. She's doing this and doing that. Like she's team too much. But that is who she is, and that is perfectly okay. And you liked it. So what made you think that when you get married, even when she has children, she's going to stop? No, she's going to keep going to her friends' occasions, going out with her girlfriend, because this is who she is from the beginning. But when you got into marriage, you think you can change somebody. That is a big fallacy, a big frustration that most people are going through till now. This one has refused to change you. This one has refused to change you. And one question you ask yourself is this: bearing in mind that you have your deal breakers, is this a deal breaker? If this is not a deal breaker, then you know what to do. Will it change in 5 years from now? Will it change in 2 years from now? Or is it something you can live with? If it's something you can live with, just let it go. If it's not something you can live with, then you can talk about it. But let people be who God made them to be. And then the next one now will be, don't nag them to God, love them to God. Because most times when we try to change them and it doesn't work, we go to God. And we start praying, oh God, change my partner, change my fiancé, change my friend, change. What about you? If you haven't asked God to change you, you don't have any right to ask God to change anybody. No. You tell God to change you. What are the things that you have been doing that is contributing to this? Because it's something you're doing that they don't also like. Listen to their own opinion of you, of what you are doing, and ask God to help you to change. Because the truth of the matter is people watch what you do, not what you say. How about God change me? God help me to look inwards and see what I'm doing that is contributing to this. And if it's not from my end, give me the grace to bear it, that with time, things will change. And they will look at your life. Let me tell you, the biggest message you can preach is not by what you say. It's by how you live your life. How you live your life is what tells the message. So what you do is not to show your spouse or your partner if you're really serious, and when they look at your life, I believe they want to change. Whoever is in a relationship with you should want to please you, should want to do things that will bring joy and unity and strengthen your relationship, so your marriage, so your home can be all God wants it to be. If that's not their goal, then that is a different story for a different video. But when you want to please each other, you don't compare. Rather you magnify what they do. You ask nicely rather than you make requests, rather than complain. You let them be who God made them to be. And you pray to God to change you first. And then from you, God can lead you to also help them. And they can see the truth in the light. So I hope this video has touched somebody. And somebody was asking me if they can share my video. I said, yes, you can share my videos. It's public. So if you think you have heard a word that has touched you, you can share it to somebody else so they can also be blessed. I love you guys, my precious people. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.